Today's news. Today's news.
Your vote is your voice, and your voice is your power.
Will it be Harris or will it be Trump?
We want the answer tonight.
It's all coming down to the wire.
All three are very close. The House, the Senate, and the President.
Good morning, I'm Peter King with a CBS World News Roundup. The running stops today. Polling places are now open in the lower 48. In Cincinnati, Donald Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, has voted.
The ball is in the courts of the American people. Today is the day.
Our Election Day team coverage starts with CBS's Caitlin Huey Burns with the Trump campaign.
This is it. This is the last one that we're going to have to do.
Former President Donald Trump finished this campaign the way he did the last two, with a late-night rally in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
We will fight, and we will win.
His last ever rally as a presidential candidate came after stops through North Carolina and Pennsylvania.
We've been waiting for 4 years for this.
Trump gave his closing argument in Pittsburgh on the eve of the election.
Vote for me and I will deliver rising wages, soaring income, and a colossal surge of jobs, wealth, and opportunity for Americans of every race, religion, color, and creed, every one of them.
He leaned heavily into dark rhetoric on immigration.
The United States is now an occupied country, but it will soon be an occupied country no longer.
The first female vice president hopes to become the first woman to be president. Kamala Harris is back in Washington after spending her last campaign day crisscrossing Pennsylvania, winding up with a huge rally at the foot of Philadelphia's famous Rocky Steps. White House correspondent Nancy Cordes.
Philadelphia, you ready to do this?
Vice President Kamala Harris delivered her last speech of this campaign to a crowd of 30,000 at the base of the steps to the Philadelphia Art Museum.
Here at these famous steps, a tribute to those who start as the underdog and climb to victory.
Her supporters came to hear from her and a string of star backers. Just a couple hours after another massive rally on the other end of the state in Pittsburgh.
It is time for a new generation of leadership in America.
Harris was especially focused on Pennsylvania's Latino voters, with stops in Reading and Allentown.
Can you feel it? We have momentum, right?
Her campaign chair predicting this race is going to be incredibly close, and so it's really going to come down to mobilization, with volunteers knocking on 5 million doors in Pennsylvania alone.
7 so-called battleground states are expected to decide the winner. Our look at those states begins with WSB's Jonathan O'Brien in Atlanta.
Polls show the race here in Georgia remains close, and both candidates and their surrogates say they aren't leaving any votes on the table. U.S. Senator Raphael Warnock campaigning for Harris in the closing days.
We're not leaving anything to chance.
Former President Trump holding his final rally in Georgia over the weekend.
I don't want anything. The only thing I want is get out and vote.
I'm Jim Crisule in Raleigh, North Carolina. Tar Heel voters are letting their voices be heard today.
The way that the economy's gone the last 4 years, really hoping that Trump gets reelected.
I want to see a woman president.
Donald Trump carried this state by nearly 80,000 votes in 2020.
This is Tim Pamplin in Detroit, where voters say it's a combination of the economy and abortion rights, drawing them to the polls.
Kamala, she said that she's gonna do more for the middle class, or she's gonna bring back Roe versus Wade.
People my age looking to graduate, get a job, maybe get a house soon. People like us can't afford that stuff anymore.
Add to those issues war in the Middle East and Detroit's large Arab-American community, you could expect an extremely high voter turnout in Michigan.
I'm Nina Luciano in Las Vegas, where the campaigns are courting the critical Latino vote, which make up nearly 20% of the state's electorate.
We are a large Latino population.
Nevada's Catherine Cortez Masto, the only Latina senator, says they move the needle.
Nevada Latinos are powerful, and when they come out and vote, they're a third of our population.
Now to Congress, where Democrats are trying to hold on to the Senate and flip the House. Republican strategist Leslie Sanchez says the top issues favor the GOP in the House, but she concedes Democrats have a shot.
Look, if there is a switch, it's such a close factor, it may be a gain of 1 seat advantage. and that's not a big referendum.
With the help of independents, Democrats have a 51-49 margin in the Senate. American University political analyst Amy Dacey.
The Senate's definitely in play, and it's one where, you could see